What's up, everyone? It's day 8 of phase 1 of the Live Hard program. I just finished my second workout of the day. I did my 45-minute outdoor workout, which consisted of a 35-pound ruck for about 2.5 miles. Today was a little bit more difficult than yesterday just because it was raining. But whenever you do difficult things, you feel a lot better when you're done with it. Just like the cold shower, it sucks every single day. It's getting a little bit more tolerable I'm excited because of the feeling that comes afterwards. That feeling of accomplishment and achieving what you were set out to do, plus the effects of cold water. Obviously, there's a 2.5x dopamine effect that lasts like 3 hours compared to some things that people do that are illegal and they snort. It's a 2.5 dopamine hit whenever you do cocaine, but it's immediate. So this spread out over 3 hours gives you less anxiety, less stress overall. It helps you burn body fat. So today it took me 3 hours to drive home this morning. Last night at work, it was just raining all night. It was freezing temperatures. I didn't really know how bad the conditions were going to be until I left where I was, because I was out tucked in like a field basically, and down some lease roads, some gravel roads. It took me a little bit to get to the actual main road, and even the main road was still a back road. So following that road for 2 hours, two different highways, just they aren't traveled as much, so they were frozen over. I had to drive in 4-wheel drive the whole way home. By the time I made it to the interstate, I was halfway, which is from work to my house. I almost stayed and just got a hotel there, but I managed to make it through. I thought that freeway was going to be a lot more, or the interstate was going to be a lot more traveled on, so the conditions weren't as bad, and I was right. So right at about 3 hours it took me to get home, and really it's an hour and a half drive. So but other than that, it was an easy night. I didn't really have any problems with anything. I had to manage everything and make sure everything was operating correctly. But other than that, I didn't have any problems with anything. I still go there tonight. I'm still on this job. I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but I got about probably 30 minutes and I need to leave. So I had to kind of condense my day again because I didn't really go to sleep till 9 this morning instead of 7:30. So I only got about 3 hours of sleep, and I got up and did my hour, right at about an hour on my tread climber at my house. The gym that I'm attending, a member of in the town that I'm in, isn't open on Sunday and Monday right now. They have temporary hours while they're changing owners and getting their key tags set up for their door entry. So they chose Sunday and Monday, I guess, for people to take the day off. So I didn't go to the gym today, which I would not be working out 3 times a day, having a 12-hour work shift plus an hour and a half drive each way. That's 15 hours of my day taken up already. I can't fit 3 workouts in like I do whenever I'm off. I just do that whenever I'm off to just make the day more difficult. And I have a habit of just waking up and immediately doing an hour basically on my exercise machine at my house. Just a habit. It's not really for any purpose. It's other than mental recalibration in the morning, and then it keeps me mobile and my lower back gets tight, and I notice a big difference whenever I don't do it. So just making movements and making sure you're staying active. Whenever you're on a program like this, and if you have all of your tasks done by noon, you can fit something in at the end of the day. You don't have to make it an everyday thing, because that's not going to be, easily accomplished, and it's not going to be something you can master immediately. So don't necessarily make it your standard if you already have this program that you're doing. That's why it's on 75 Hard. It's those 5 specific tasks, and it's not 10 or 15 tasks. Whether you can get 10 or 15 in a day, it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to sustain long term. So it's 5 tasks, and on the phase 1 program, it's basically 10, because you're doing the 5 from 75 Hard, and then you're adding 3 of your own, plus a 5-minute cold shower, plus 10-minute active visualization. So you're doing 10 required tasks on that. So phase 1 is a little bit more difficult than 75 Hard, but it's basically to just keep you in the routine of what you built while you were on the 75 Hard program, and keep you in that mindset of keeping the wins stacked. You need to be able to continually do all the things that you know you need to do, that you keep putting off. That's what the best thing about 75 Hard is. It gets you to see how much time you're wasting, because you have to effectively manage your time to be able to get all the tasks completed each day, or you fail. And you also get to where you aren't going to tolerate anybody's bullshit anymore. You see something that doesn't seem right to you. You see people, stuff in their faces like you used to do, but you're not doing it anymore. So you're a lot more conscious of what's going on around you. You just have this level Not necessarily that you're better than people, but you see through everything. You see that's bad for you. That's bad for me. That's going to negatively affect my goals. I'm not going to get any progress by doing that. So you don't do it. And whenever you realize how many times you do that, you have been doing that, and you see how much time you've been wasting, it's a game changer. You can just completely, change your life in those 75 days and then forever forward doing the Live Hard program each year. So if you haven't done it, it's something that I would definitely recommend. You can learn all about it on episode 208 on the Real AF podcast with Andy Frisella. Talk about everything that you need to learn about it. You can also buy the book on mental toughness. It's currently on pre-sale, I believe. It may be sold out on pre-sale already, but they're going to be releasing more. So go to andyfrisella.com. Other than that, today has been a good day. I've got my hydration in, I got my workout in, I got my protein shake in, I got my cold shower in, I got my progress picture done, I got my first meal in before I did my outside cardio. I'm just gonna eat a meal now. As soon as this video is done, I'm gonna go get ready for work and hit the road. It's something that it's just on the go. So, but that's how I like it. Like whenever I'm not sitting around, not doing anything while I'm off work, I feel like lost. I don't have a purpose. And that's just something that I need to work on because I don't have my own business that I have to do things for every day. It's not something I have everyday tasks other than maybe cleaning up around my house or just minimal things that I don't think are as important, but they also have to still get done. And you can't just keep putting things off whether you think they're important or not. It's something that if you're telling yourself it needs to be done, you need to create the person that does all the things that you think that you need to do. And that's what I want to talk about today. Most people have an inner dialogue. Most people. Some people don't, but most people do. And for most people having the internal dialogue, most of it's negative self-talk. So how do you actively, be a participant in stopping that? You have to see whenever you're having those thoughts come into your head. You can't really see it, but you start to recognize it especially when you're doing a program like this. You know if something's difficult. All the times whenever you stacked up the wins, whenever it was difficult, you got through it no matter what. So that's how you get discipline and mental toughness to overcome those days. But there's always going to be that negative feeling like, what if this doesn't work out? Or what if this person laughs at me? Or what if this person doesn't like me? Or what if? And all you're going to do is put yourself in a what ifs, cycle and never do anything. You got to take action and you have to control that voice in your head. You're not going to passively just let that voice say whatever it wants. You have to take control and you have to stop it whenever those negative feelings come into mind. And whenever you start having those feelings, the thing that I recommend is get up and start walking. Go on a walk. It takes 10 or 15 minutes and you can get those thoughts diminished. Just like whenever you have cravings for something, you might be craving donuts like I was the other day, but you're not going to act on it because in 15, 20 minutes, those feelings are going to be gone. And if you do act on it, that the feeling of regret is going to be right after the feeling of satisfaction from the donut. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The feeling of overcoming the thought and the negative feedback that you're getting inside your brain is worth overcoming way more than the taste of the donut. So it's just something that you recognize whenever you're on the program. It's whether it's this program or it's just you taking back control of your life. You stop putting up with crap. You see through everybody's stuff. You see what people are missing out on. You see what all these losses people are taking, and you see why that they're having them. You see that they're not controlling any of the things that they can control. They don't drink the water. They don't eat the right foods. And it's just a constant cycle of chemicals, no vitamins, no sunlight, no activity, and it's just a bad life. And you see why that they're always anxious. They're always depressed. They're always sad. They're always having these moments where they're complaining. Woe is me, when really, instead of playing a victim, you need to be an active participant in taking back control of your life and understanding that everybody has hard times. There's always going to be difficult moments. Nobody is completely lucky and has no losses. It's just something that is part of life. So once you get that in your head, you can overcome it and you can realize all the times that you have overcame stuff is what's going to overcome the times in the future whenever you feel like you giving up or you feel sad or whatever you feel like, that's just a moment of time and you can overcome it no matter what, because you are the badass that you tell yourself you are. Whenever you look in the mirror, you want to be proud of yourself. And that's one of the things that you can achieve by doing 75 hard. You may not get exactly where you want to be, but you will get well on your way to, if you do 75 hard and you do it correctly and you diet hard and you do your workouts right, in 75 days, you can lose 50 to 75 pounds if you're 150 pounds overweight, which is tremendous for 2.5 months to get that off of you. And then after that, it's just going to be even more progress. You're not going to give up once you get a taste of it and see how bad you have been feeling. Most people don't realize how bad they actually feel until they correct it. I talked about this guy whenever I was doing 75 hard. It was a guy that I work with. All my life, I've been working out. I've been in the gym since I was 13, so I've been in decent size, decent shape. And people have always come to me, asked me workout stuff. I'm the friend, the health friend or workout friend or whatever, the gym guy. And people will ask me stuff about working out. And this one guy in particular, my boss, he would always ask. So I could tell he wanted to fix his issues being overweight. And then finally, he ended up getting on the Ozempic shot, and he's down 40 pounds already. He's down to 220 from 260. And he feels amazing, and I'm happy for him because he finally took charge. Whether that was the reason, or the way that he chose to get rid of the weight, whether you have a different way, I would suggest just working out and eating correctly. It's gonna happen no matter what. If you're only eating 1,000 calories a day, like he is, because that stuff basically forces you to eat correctly. Because if you eat, he was telling me, and other people I've been saying, you would hear about people throwing up for 2 weeks straight whenever they first start taking it. Well, that's because they're constantly not changing their diet and they're still eating the same crap. And it's making you sick. And so he was saying that that's why people get sick, because they don't change their diet and they think that it's just going to be this magic pill, which that's not going to be the case. Just like steroids are not just going to make you massively muscular. You have to put in the work and you have to just keep doing it. It's just a lifelong pursuit. It's never ending. So that was the reason I brought up that topic about how you have that negative self-talk. It was something that I was thinking about whenever I was announced as the winner of the 75 hard contest through First Form and Andy. All I could feel was excitement and just, wow, this is awesome. I did this and everything like that. Then came the feelings of, I got to go on this podcast live with these people, or not necessarily live, but it's recorded and it's going to be heard by millions. But what if people don't like me? What if I start having all these thoughts? But I immediately took control of those thoughts in my head and I stopped them, because I know all the work that I put in. I know that I earned the spot. I know that what I have to say matters. I know that people can relate to what I have to say, because I'm a regular person. I work blue collar. I work hard. I take care of my kid. I have good values. I believe in God. That's me. So I earned it. So I'm worthy of being there. So it's just, that's just an instance or an example for you. You might have a lot of examples where you might have something coming up that you're just getting nervous and anxious about, but those are just wasted thoughts. All you're doing is creating a stress in your body that you do not need to have. And over time, if you keep holding on to these things that are negative in your life and just bottling them up, that turns into sickness in your body. There's a really good episode on the Ed Milet show. I forgot the name of the doctor. Man, I wish I would have plugged it. I might put it in the description down below. It was probably in October. A woman doctor was talking about that. It was this new study about basically that, how whenever you hold on to those negative thoughts and those negative feelings, it literally just gets into your tissues of your body and just starts deteriorating. And it's just something you need to go listen to. Maybe I'll put it in the description. If you're still watching this right now and you see this, it'll be in the description. But I gotta get ready for work. It's 3:23. I gotta hit the road in at least probably 20 minutes and get my food situated for the night. And I'll be back tomorrow for day 9. Peace.